Hello friends, this is a quick tutorial on things I've seen on control wiring for the ECUs on the MIG van. That's the block. There's two of them because sometimes you see them wired different ways. The top one is what you might find and the bottom one is what you might find, and frequently they're not the same. When you're going to compare your roadside to your curbside to validate your wiring, to double check or whatever, and they're the control wire is in a white cladding, if I recall, but inside of that cladding it breaks down. These colors may not be accurate, but they're multicolored wires. And what you can find is you jot down what you had on there on your bad unit, you rip it out, you put the new one in, and then you put down the wires in the same way that you had them, and it doesn't work. And what we found, if you pay close attention, is that the other side of the block, this is what it's labeled internal ECU. It goes to the relays and the logic and all that stuff. Those can be reversed. Those are assembled by human hands in Anytown, USA, and they are not uniform across the ECUs that we get, and nobody has taken the time to unify the way that goes. Even on the wiring diagram, they are actually numbered, and the numbers may or may not still be here on here, but the colors ought to match. It just says what goes to what in terms of, and I don't know the numbers. I don't remember the numbers. They're not that important, really, as long as you've got the colors matched, which is why if you might have heard of people flipping these and then it working after that. The reason is because what was on the block was backwards. And you can find the same thing. I've got another drawing in the same piece of whiteboard with the power. The ground just goes to like chassis ground or whatnot, or maybe it's a bus, I don't recall. But the A, B, and C, so there's a 6-lug box, same concept as this. On one side, these are the wires going into the appliance, and they are taped red and blue, and black is just left black. And you have to make sure that your black, red, and blue line up with those. And you might find that over here they're the other way. So if you're comparing left and right, as frequently ends up happening when you do an ECU swap and it doesn't go the way you want right away, typically people end up tearing apart the other one just to get it something that works to compare. You just got to make sure that your goes in goes and your goes out goes are the same color, and they can and will be reversed. It seems like more than half the time this block is set up reverse of the one that was in there before. And so when you're doing an install for your first time in particular, that will slow you down, and it will make things run funny, and it will sometimes let the smoke out a little bit, and eventually you get it right and you're good to go. But when you let the smoke out a little bit, you're sort of you're sort of bringing the end of life a little bit closer than it otherwise would have been. So that's it with that. Have fun, y'all.